All right. So this is, I don't know what we're going to call this. This is going to be the Tyngsboro YouTube page, but I think we have to come up with a better name than that.
Town Talk or
Yeah. Well,
Tyngsboro
they've got the
Talk
website,
or-
Tyngsboro Talk. I mean, the Facebook
Yeah.
page,
Oh,
but
there we go.
so I guess that's taken, but I don't know. This is Tyngsboro Talks and it doesn't just talk. Also, you can see them. So I don't know. Talk and video. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
About that. I'll throw that out there to the universe.
Exactly. So Danielle, you're actually the first person I'm interviewing for this. What'll hopefully be a great series and allow me to get to know all the people in town and stuff like that. What will you just take a second and introduce yourself in case there's anyone there who doesn't know you?
Sure. Well, thank you. This is such an honor. Usually I'm on the other end of this, so this is really fun for me. So I'm Danielle McFadden. I'm the president of the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce. It will be 11 years on the 20th this month that I have been at the chamber.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's in one way it's gone by super fast, and in another way it's like, since then I got married, had 3 kids, bought a house. So but this is like my baby. Like everybody knows, chamber is my baby.
Yeah.
And I'm born and raised in Lowell, so still live there. So
Great.
love the town of Tyngsboro, where I'm in Pawtucketville, so right near the border into Tyngsboro.
So did you actually start the Greater Lowell chapter, or that's just been your history for the last 11 years?
That's just been my history. So the chamber is, we turned 25 on.
Oh yeah. Geez, I could have just looked right over your shoulder
Yeah,
there.
but I'm milking this a little bit because it happened during 2020 and we had all these great, ideas of grandeur of how we're going to celebrate them. So this logo is sticking with me for a couple more years just because we got gypped in the celebration that year. But no, so prior to being at the chamber, I was actively involved in the chamber. I was on the board on several committees, helped host the chamber radio show and did social media. So I've been involved with the chamber for about 15 years.
Oh, great. So you know everybody then.
Not everybody, but I'm trying.
Yeah.
But a lot of people.
A couple little recluses that you haven't got to yet, but
but I'll find you.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Exactly.
So what's your favorite part about being in the chamber? Do you have a favorite?
So that's so funny because somebody asked me yesterday what my favorite part of like the area was, and it's the people. The people are amazing. I mean, everywhere I go, I run into people that I know and then people that I don't know. And I just love getting to know people, and everybody's so collaborative and truly care about the community. So the people are amazing in this area.
Well, but you're so outgoing and friendly and everything. I'm sure you bring out the best in everyone.
Thank you. I hope so. I'm going to tell that to my children. The best in
They
you.
won't believe you.
No, they won't. You're right. Why bother? I'll save that for somebody else.
So I'm just starting in Tyngsboro. I moved my business here about, well, I mean, it hasn't even opened yet. So, but I think it's been about not even a month that I've been here. And I just thought, because I actually, before I moved here, I used to live in Revere.
Oh my goodness.
But just like accidentally, I'm also a real estate agent. I end up selling 3 houses here. And so it was, but they're over on like, the Cannon Gate sort of Constantine Drive area. So you just come off exit 88, you turn right and you never see, or left actually. And then you really never see town. And I thought, oh gosh, these poor kids, I understand that this is a good, it's a good location. It's near the highway and everything, but geez, Tyngsboro doesn't seem to have anything, you know what I mean? So then, one thing led to another, and somehow I ended up starting my business here, and which is a long story we can talk about some other time. But every time I leave this office, I'm surprised by something else. Like, oh my, wow, here's another great restaurant. Oh, wow, look how close we are. This is the Pheasant Lane Mall. What is this doing here? I really felt like I was in the middle of nowhere, and I'm meeting so many great people and so many great things. So my question to you is, because this is about you and not about me, what do you have a favorite restaurant in Tyngsboro? Is there anything that you really, anything surprised? Well, you grew up here, but
I grew up here. So
is there anything that you sort of like are impressed with in particular that you really love about Tyngsboro?
One thing that I feel like I've been discovering and uncovering is the schools. So my kids obviously don't go to Tyngsboro schools, but I have cousins who have kids in the schools and friends, and a friend that's a teacher. And recently I was on the local radio station and the superintendent was on, and Matt Hansen, who's the town administrator. And it seems like just such a tight knit community, and like everybody really values education and the youth. So I'd say the schools have been like the most surprising to me recently.
Oh, nice. And
Yeah.
how about, you have a favorite restaurant? I mean, I know that's putting you on the spot, right? Because it
Yeah,
probably all
yeah.
remembers.
So, I mean, I've always been a huge fan of Feng Shui. So I'm gonna go with Feng Shui.
Okay.
But I
I
don't have
haven't
a
been there
favorite.
yet, so
They're
that
all
you're
my
giving me a great
favorites,
tip.
but Feng Shui is really good.
Okay, excellent. You know what? We had this situation again where I keep realizing like what I'm missing and going a little further and a little further. But my mom came down for lunch, and it was like a Monday, and we're driving around like there's nothing open, you know, because down this
Mm.
side of the street, you know, on the Chelmsford side of Sullivan's ice cream.
Yes, yep.
There's nothing was open. So I said, oh, wow, what are we going to do? And so I started Googling and I found Mac and Chews. Have you ever been there?
Oh my gosh, I love them. Oh, and the owner there is he's amazing. Oh, that's a great spot.
I'm not going to pick it as my favorite, but it was like one of those real savior kind of moments where,
Yes.
you know, because I wanted to try all these really close ones. And I'm like, geez, you know, Mommy Luz's is closed, and you know, Maeve's is closed, and you know, Cousin Dora's closed. I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna starve to death. But then lo and behold, we found Mac and Cheese, which is always open. I said, oh, look at this. Mac and cheese is one of my favorite meals.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm going on vacation at the end of next week, and I'm picking up some trays of that to bring on vacation with us.
Hey, great idea.
Yeah, you can do take and bakes, so you can get them so that you just, when you're ready for them, you stick them right in the oven. So there's my tip.
Wow. Nice idea. Nice idea. So do you do any shopping in Tyngsboro? Is there any like places that you like must have or must go to kind of places?
That's a great question. I mean, I like to poke in whenever, well, now with 3 little kids, it's poking in is like a luxury. I'm trying to think.
How old are your kids?
They are 4, 6, and 8. So it's
You're
a
busy.
production. Yeah, it's a production. Just, you know, trying to do anything. We love Parley Farm. So that's one like really, really awesome place in Tyngsboro. So we go there for berry picking and to get fresh produce and the apple cider donuts. My daughter has nut allergies. She can have the donuts there. So that's for anybody with nut allergies, check those out. So that's a really great spot. Pumpkin picking, apple picking to see the pets. So definitely check out Parley Farm.
Oh, good. Yeah. So there's another place I haven't been to yet. I got to get out there. I got to stop work
Oh,
week,
you
get out there.
love
and
Parley
start-
Farm. Yeah, you got to take a break every once in a while, and you can, you know, pop over there during lunch someday.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. Cause I love that. I love nothing like, you know, fresh picked produce and
Oh, it's the best.
everything, you know, things that are warm by the sun instead of them being sitting in the refrigerator for 6 months waiting for you to buy them, you know.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
doesn't even taste the same.
So, and you don't realize it until like you eat something that's like from where it came from, and then you're like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. Yeah, Parley Farm's amazing.
Oh, good. Excellent. Excellent. So what else do you do? I mean, are you now like full time at the chamber? Is
Oh
that
yeah,
your-
this is full time. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Because I imagine it's just a ton of coordination and I keep getting things, oh, and then this is going on. I'm like, wow, they are so active. There's so much going on in the chamber.
Yeah, we're a very active group, so we have tons of events, but we also help out with a lot of other initiatives and help businesses connect with resources and help plan, you know, some events, you know, for the city of Lowell, and we partner closely with Chelmsford, and we know Eric and Matt over in Tyngsboro, Eric Salerno and Matt Hansen. So yeah, we're busy, and if you follow us on social media, we have a lot of fun there too. So
Yeah. Yeah, I have to. I don't think I'm on the chamber page, so I have to definitely.
Oh, you'll have to check out our Instagram. We have a really fun promotion happening right now that's being sponsored through the Mass Office of Travel and Tourism.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's just hashtag shop978. So we have a website, shop978.org. And then we encourage anybody, when you're shopping local, eating local, doing something fun locally, when you post it on social media, use hashtag shop978.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fun.
So
is there an award? Is there like a prize at the end?
We did that last year. We did some like Shop 978 champions. This year we're doing, we partnered with a lot of Instagram influencers. So they're going into local businesses and posting content from there and doing giveaways in tandem with us and businesses. So this year it's more about like the giveaway, which is really fun.
That is fun. Wow.
But I think that if there was an award, I have a feeling you'd be like a contender for.
No, because I haven't been using the hashtag.
Well, I know, but now you're going to, and you're
now look out.
So, yeah, no pressure. I'm like, now you're going to.
Well, the thing is, this is what's happened now. really wanting to eat out and try everything. And now my fridge is just stocked with, I mean, I went to Maeve's the other night. I have enough leftovers for a month just from there, from that one stop.
There's nothing like leftovers though. It's like worse. Like for me, it's I go to the grocery store and then I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna order. And like my thing is I'm supporting local business. So
Exactly. You can't, honey, I can't make dinner tonight.
gotta support local business.
I gotta, it's my job. What can I say?
And I'm in downtown Lowell, and so there's no lack of places to go for lunch. So I can't even remember the last time I've like brought food into the office. I'm always going out to grab something. Plus it gives you the opportunity to kind of bebop around and say hi to people. And so
Yeah. Where's the office? Because I live right on Middle Street.
no way. We're right on
Yeah.
Merrimack Street. We're on top of United Dental next to the new the new chicken place. It was a burger place, now it's a chicken place. The new
Yeah, I
chicken.
think because I was just walking there the other day. I just tried because I'm doing the same thing every time somebody comes to town. I'm like, all right, where haven't I been yet? You know, same thing in Lowell. So what's it called? Let me give you a minute. Big Pokey.
Oh yes, yep.
Yeah, I love that place.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
There's so many amazing places. And then just like I'm a big coffee drinker. And so I have a coffee pot, like I can see it from here. I never use it. I'm like, I'm going out for coffee, which clearly I'm not the type of person that needs extra caffeine. But there's a lot of great coffee places in downtown Lowell too.
Well, and that's fun too, though. You know, I mean, same thing, like the weather like this, right? You're like, oh, I need a cup of coffee. Who wants to just walk to the machine, right? Get outside,
Nobody. Not
walk
me.
around. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
fun.
going to take the long way, all down the canal, around the corner.
I do take the long way. Like I'll walk down to Market Street to Brood Awakening and then I'll like loop around just to, plus once you sit down, you can get like sucked into the
Exactly.
computer.
Next thing you know, it's time to go home. So
Exactly.
So the other day, what day? I don't even know what day today is. So Tuesday, we were at Vesper.
Yes.
So have you been there a lot? Is that, I mean, that's just, it's so beautiful.
So we do our annual women's breakfast there every single year. So that's like
Yeah.
our annual thing. We always pick that spot just because it's gorgeous. And every time, no matter where we have an event, there's always people that have never been wherever we are. So it's so fun. So to have people go to the Vespa for the first time and say, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous.
Well, that's what happened to me. So it's very funny. I'll tell you this very funny story. I had some friends come from, Boston area on Saturday. And I said, oh, do you want to go by and see the office? They're like, yeah, we want to see the office. So I said, okay, we're going to take the long way because it's so much nicer. Because I can come, I can just go straight down whatever road that is, and
Yeah.
go by the old Market Basket and then just, I'm right there.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So I come down through Chelmsford because my office is on Middlesex Turnpike. So it's very easy. Boom, boom, boom. But I can also take the scenic route. And I said, well, we'll go the old way and then we'll come back the nice way. But the light was red. So I said, well, we might as well go both ways. We might as well go the scenic route. So we drove by the country club and I said, that's a private club. I said, my goal is to be invited to that club before the end of the year. So I come back to my office and there's an email from you saying, why don't you come to the country club? I'm like, wow, talk about immediate gratification.
That's so funny. That's like manifesting at its best. Like you throw
Right?
it up to the universe and the universe comes back and returns.
Like immediately I thought, wow, I'm good at this.
Like, what can I try? I am going to win the lottery.
Exactly. I'm going to go buy my ticket right now. And by the end of the year. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful location.
Yeah. Well, because you drive through, it's like, both sides of the street are just all so green and lush. And then I said, oh, I'm going over the bridge. Woohoo,
I know, and you have to make sure there's not somebody coming the other way because there is only room for one car, and they just redid that bridge.
Yeah, I was actually talking to a friend of mine who is a member there. He said he's been a member for 41 years. I said, oh, wow, I did not know that either. But he said, yeah, for a while. He was telling me about the I guess the groundskeeper or one of the maintenance people. My friend said to him, oh, you'll be able to get all this work done because people won't be here. He goes, no, I'm not allowed on the grounds because it's a fire hazard. Because they can't get the ambulance across because the bridge is out. So he just he would pop in, every day he'd pop in and make sure there were no leaks in the system, make sure the heat was still on. And then
wow,
that was it. That's all he could do. So, yeah.
Well, I couldn't believe I was driving there on Tuesday morning and it was early enough. It was, a little after 7 and I cut through. So I cut through where there's greens on both sides. The street's called Island Street or Island Drive. And I could not get over the number of people mowing the lawn, like dozens. I'm like, everybody's having trouble hiring because they're all working at the Vespa cutting the lawn. Like I'd never seen it before like that. It was unbelievable.
But I bet, right? I mean, that's a gigantic.
Yeah.
And it's got to be finished before, I'm sure they don't want to do it. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's
I never
fun.
really thought of, but I guess I pictured like a couple of guys on like a ride-on mower. That was not what was happening.
The whole town of Tyngsboro was out helping to mow the lawn.
I know, that's what it felt like. Oh my gosh.
Awesome. So when people are new into the area, what kind of advice do you give to them?
To get involved, like what you're doing, you're getting involved, you're trying different places, kind of finding what you go to restaurants are going to be and businesses. Reach out to, if you're a business, but even if you're not a business, you can reach out to the chamber. We'll refer you to some great places and some organizations that you might be interested in connecting with. Just get involved because everybody here is so welcoming and there's so much to do and enjoy. I'm biased, but it is an amazing community. I'm on the state and New England boards for Chamber of Commerce's. And I just feel so fortunate because sometimes people will be talking about like different resources and I'm like, we have it all here. We got it all. We have everything but an ocean, but we got the river. The start of the Industrial Revolution happened right here.
Right here. Exactly. It's so true. So what are some of the advantages to a business, especially like I think a newer business as to be part of the chamber? Because I think when you're a new business, when you're just starting out as an entrepreneur, you think, oh, money's so tight.
Mm-hmm.
I really can't afford to do that one thing right now. What are some of the reasons why that's just crazy?
Yeah, well, so for a business with 1 to 5 employees, it's $329 for the year. So if you think about where else you could invest that money, this is a really great investment because we are, gonna help you with any resources that you need. So if you need help connecting with the town or the Small Business Administration or the Entrepreneurship Center, anything like that, you can. If we can't do it for you, we probably know the person that can help you. So we can do that. We have all kinds of events, virtual and in person, so we can help you connect with other local businesses and organizations. I think marketing is really a sweet spot for us, so we can help you market your business. We have an online and print directories. We have a ton of stuff going on our website, on social media. So there are so many ways we can help you, and the more involved you are, I think the more it's going to help your business.
Yeah.
It's going to come.
And even I think, if you think, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, but I don't really need whatever, I'm selling widgets on YouTube, so I don't need anybody's help. But you do need that community, right? You still need to be able to be like, oh, I've got this challenge. I just don't know what to do, but I know I can call, so-and-so, and I know they've done the same thing, or Danielle will know exactly who I should talk to get, who can solve this problem for me. And it's I think you don't necessarily think about that kind of stuff. Like, oh, I'm not a financial planner. I don't need to meet people. Right. Not to pick on financial planners or real estate agents, right? Like, oh, real estate agents, everybody doesn't know them, but everybody, you really need that. And I've found that because it's been a long time since I've kind of just been a real estate agent. But now I'm getting ready to start this co-working space, and the wealth of information, like everybody I tell about it, like, oh, really? Well, I know blah, 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 or this, you just don't even know what you don't know. And
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's fantastic. And you're absolutely right about the community. Everybody's so warm and welcoming and friendly. And yeah.
That's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah. Oh, it's been wonderful. People have been super. Even some places you could move to, it's just like, oh, that person's a stranger, or, they're not a local, right? You have to be there I've been in communities where if you haven't lived there for at least 10 years, or people who say to me, oh, I've lived here for 10 years, and they still call me the new guy,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I don't find it's like that at all around here. Even with the chamber. I mean, I think sometimes people can think of a chamber as being like just a stuffy organization with just a bunch of men in suits. And it's not like that at all at this chamber. And everybody, if somebody's new and they said, oh, hey, I'm new, I don't know anybody, we'll find somebody that we know that's outgoing that can introduce you around. And everybody just wants to network and like go back to community, have that sense of community.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I know when we went to Maeve's the other night, we ended up staying like an extra hour just chatting with the owners and, hearing all about their journey and stuff. And I said, why didn't I bring my, microphones? I should be recording all this stuff.
Yes,
Now I'm going to sit down with her
gosh,
another time, and do that. But
that's so great. I know. You're a woman after my own heart, because I can never, like, I'm always the last to leave any place. I'm like, I really got to go.
look at the time here. I'm like, God,
Yeah.
I think we left at like 9:30. I'm like, don't you close at 8?
I can relate to that.
So where's your favorite breakfast place? Do you get a chance to go out to breakfast with the
More of
kids?
a I'm usually more of like a grab coffee person, but I mean, in the area, the Owl Diner. I don't know if you've been to the Owl Diner.
No, I haven't been yet, but I walked by it. I was making one of my little routes and I said,
yeah.
oh, that place looks really cool.
That is like the place to go in
Is it?
Lowell. So
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Thanks for the tip. Awesome. Danielle, thank you so much. We all appreciate learning more about you. And is there, what else? I mean, what should I have asked you that I didn't ask? Is there something that you're like, oh, I wish you would, I want to tell you this.
I think you covered it. I'm so used to being on the other end of things that I just appreciate the opportunity to let folks know about the community and the chamber, and to talk about, the importance of shopping local. Again, shop 978, shop978.org. If you're a local business and you're watching this, you do not have to be a member to be on the shop978.org website. This is sponsored by the Mass Office of Travel and Tourism. We want as many businesses as possible on that site. And then for anybody in the community, using that hashtag, and go to the hashtag on Instagram and see all the awesome posts of so many different businesses, and try something new.
Definitely try something new and something that, will surprise you.
Yes.
I'll have to tell you this funny story. I've been hearing people talk about Maeve's, and I went on their website and how they're gourmet cooks and chef and blah, blah, blah. And so I said to my boyfriend, I said, give him a call and see if we need a reservation, see if we can get in. And like, he calls him and she's laughing on the other side. She's like, you haven't been in here, have you? Because it's like, she said, we look like a pizza shop, but we're really a gourmet restaurant.
I love that.
And that's exactly what because it used to be, I guess, a pizza shop. But
just like the unique characteristic of each business.
Exactly. And you don't know until you get in there, you get you're surprised. But I was just going to ask you another question, which it might seem obvious, but I think it would be worth hearing your take on it. Like, why is it so important that we should, because, it's so easy. Like, oh, Amazon sells this, and then you just, the next day it's at your house, like, why do I need to go anywhere? Never mind, someplace where it's like a little mom and pop shop.
So if you're supporting a local mom and pop shop, you're supporting the business owner and their employees who live in the community. The business owner in many cases is the one that's going to be sponsoring the Little League team, whose kids go to Tyngsboro public schools. They're also, in so many cases in these shops, it's such a family environment that they care about their employees like they are family. And so they're helping, those families, and they're paying taxes and contributing to the community. I mean, economic development is so important in our communities, and small businesses are the backbone of that. So when you're thinking of eating or shopping, try to put some of that money locally into the small businesses, because it's just so important. And it feels good to do that. Like you said, you talk to the owner. Like, doesn't that, you're not gonna get that in other places. So to be able to go in and learn about the owner and why they started doing what they did, and how they came up with a recipe. I mean, this just adds to the whole experience when you're out eating.
Absolutely. And I don't think you can underestimate, especially now we've had this desert of, connections during COVID, that you can't underestimate that feeling of just like, walking down the street and saying hi to somebody and, recognizing somebody and knowing that, wow, I'm part of something bigger. I'm not this, recluse. I'm not this stranger in a strange land kind of thing. You can really, and also, I want to also say, like, customer service.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so different. When I first moved to, even actually before I even moved to Lowell, I had to get the floors sanded in my place before I moved in. And I'm like, it's a condo. So I'm like, every neighbor who hasn't even met me yet is going to be like, what the heck is going on there? So I said, all right, I'm going to get some cards and I'm going to put them in all my neighbors, like the one
Oh,
above and there's all the ones on the sides and below. I'm like, I'm going to give them all a card and say, sorry, you don't know me, but I'm about to make a lot of noise.
that's so nice that you did that.
And so I thought, darn, I have no idea where my cards even are now in this moving mess. I have about 300 at least cards, but I said, all right, there's got to be a place in walking distance where I can get cards to give to my neighbors. So I just went right around the corner and there's Lowell Books. And I went in there and like the loveliest person and all the cards, you could plant them and they were going to turn into a plant of some kind. I mean, it was just fantastic. It was fantastic. And later on, when I met my neighbors, they were like, oh, what a beautiful card you sent us, like,
Oh, that's so
yeah, it
nice.
was just so great. And like I said, I went in there and they were so, oh yeah, what are you doing? Oh, welcome to the neighborhood. I mean, that whole thing, Amazon never does that for me.
No, Amazon is not going to do that.
No, they're not going to be so excited that I visited them.
They're like, oh, you visited us again for the 10th time today.
Exactly. Like, don't you have anything to do?
Yeah. Do you really need that? No,
Exactly.
Laura over there, she is just lovely. We are so excited to have them in the neighborhood. They opened up almost a year ago and
Oh yeah.
they're incredible.
I can actually see their back door from my windows.
My gosh. Wow.
I keep dibs on them.
Yeah. No, you know what's going on over there. If I ever
Exactly.
need to know what's going on, I know who to call.
Oh, you locked the door 5 minutes early. Oh, no, just kidding. They never do that.
So
Awesome.
funny.
Well, Danielle, thank you so much. This was
Thank you.
fantastic. And we all loved meeting you.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Awesome. And I'm going to stop the recording.